there's something bigger. You know, everything.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's what this country was founded on. It was founded on, you know, illuministic societies. You understand?
Yeah.
That's why they fled away. A lot of these murderers and adulterers fled away from England and came here so they can carry out that mission.
Yeah.
Their very mission was to establish a society with a foundation of, you know, a lot of bullshit, so to speak. It's simplified.
Psalm 64 and 2.
Oh yeah, that's a secret hand play. Yep, that's what I was looking for.
Yep.
All right, this is Psalm 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked.
As a matter of fact, I think you can start at 1.
All right, Psalm 64 and 1. Hear my voice, O God, in my prayer. Preserve my life from fear of the enemy. And we already know who that enemy is. I ain't seen enemy, the so-called man as they speak of. Hide me from the secret counsels of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
Right. And actually that enemy is the so-called white man.
Right.
Believe it or not, matter of fact, when we were brought to this land in slavery, when y'all was taken over and we was brought here, the so-called white man did that. And in the Bible, it explains him as our enemies. So the so-called white man and the other nations is our enemies.
Yeah.
But the so-called white man is the #1 enemy.
Yeah. The white man wants to do everything, man. He
right.
wants it all for
yes,
himself.
he does.
Yeah, he's greedy.
Yep.
He's greedy of gain. It's Psalm 83 and 1.
Okay.
No, that was it on that. But yeah, because all of these nations had their hand in keeping that secret that we were the Israelites and putting us in slavery. Of course, Israel is the #1 nation. Israel is the #1 nation, which is the 12 tribes on the other side. Then every other nation has a biblical nationality in the Bible. So-called white man in the Bible is known as Edom. The so-called Indians, the East Indians, not the Indians that's over here. They're known as Elam in the Bible. The Assyrians is known as Asher all the way down.
Yeah.
But all of these people are actually our enemies. Yes, also the so-called Africans, they are enemies as well.
Okay.
Basically anybody that's not on this side are not our friends. You know, that's basically the people that we go in. Just because they look like the other nations don't necessarily mean that they are, because this is not a color thing. This is a nationality thing.
Yeah, and if you're gonna think about it, I mean, this side of the people, like the countries and the type of people, they kind of got more money, you know?
Yeah.
Like money is spread out.
But even when they come to America, they have more money.
Yeah, exactly.
When they come to America, they get a grant of money. They have more money than we have, and we've been here.
Right.
It's because we're in captivity.
They get paid to uphold the truth.
Right.
Exactly. Go ahead and read that out.
Psalm 83 and 1. Be not thou silent, O Yahweh, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. Lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head.
Right. Our enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee lifted up the head. They've been become proud. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
They've taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. Who is the Lord's hidden ones? It's these people. Why are they hidden? Because they don't know who they are. The so-called Negroes think that they black, African American, whatever the fuck. The so-called Latinos think that they Spanish, Mexican, or whatever the fuck. And the Indians, they live on reservations and they just fucked up over here, you know?
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Come and let us cut them off from being a nation. Right now, as the children of Israel, we are not known. We are known as all of these things right here. And we're not a nation anymore. We're not known as, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, so on and so forth of the tribe of Israel. We're known as different names, like we no nation no more.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Right, because we don't remember that we the Israelites. Matter of fact, them fake Jews over there, and we'll get to that in a minute, they call themselves Jews or Israelis because they know that they're not the real people.
For they have consulted together with with one consent.
Right, and this is where it explains who consulted. Go ahead.
They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
Edom is the number one enemy. Who is Edom? So-called white man. Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs.
Of Moab. And the Hagarenes.
Moab and the Hagarenes. The Hagarenes is one of the tribes of Africa. The Moab is the so-called Chinese. Go ahead.
Jabal and Ammon.
Jabal and Ammon, another tribe of Africa, and Ammon is the Japanese.
Okay.
And Amalek.
Amalek is what they call the Jews. They are actually Amalekites. They are Edomites, but they come from the Dukes of Amalek. The Philistines, that's more Africans.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre. Go ahead.
Assur also is joined with them.
Assur is also joined with them, or the Assyrians.
They have opened the children of Lot. Salah.
So basically, what the scriptures is saying, all these nations had their hand in putting us in slavery and keeping that big secret that we're the Israelites, or we're not the Israelites to them.
Yeah.
But everybody knows, all these nations know, the heads of these nations, they know who the Israelites are. Matter of fact, those Palestinians and those Jews, they always into it because they're fighting over our land. Like the Palestinians' argument is how can the Jews leave black and come back white?
You think the U.S. is the center of all this?
Oh yeah.
U.S. is fine. The center of it is actually those Jews in there.
And I think the whole Western world.
Once the Western world is just defined, it's pretty much the
Not
it's the game
it's all
for it.
the
They all work
nations
together.
that are most advanced.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because America's the game for it. See what I'm saying? You got
they all got their hand in
the
it.
ones that's over there in Israel right now that call themselves Jews, and you got the ones over there in Britain, and you got the ones over there in what is that, Spain and Italy and shit.
Yeah.
The Vatican. They're all the players. They're the players. This is the game for it right here. You understand? This is the battlefield. All right, this is going to become a wasteland. This is also like brother was explaining. That's why they call us by another name. They call us confusion. Because if I called you by any other name, that would cause confusion. We'll leave
get Revelations 2 and 9. You got something?
Yeah, it's Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations, whether the Lord shall lead them.
An astonishment, a proverb, and a byword. One, when we looked at like, wow, these people don't got nothing. They don't got no unity or nothing.
They shake
proverb,
their heads at it.
right? A proverb and a byword. People talk shit, calling us niggas, calling Latinos wetbacks, calling Indians tomahawks. A byword is even being called Latino, period, or Negro.
Indian. The word Indian means, crackers.
Yeah, we got words for them, but the whole world has words for us. As a matter of fact,
So you want us to drop those words and just love each other all equally?
Oh, well,
only
no.
the Israel, no.
Actually, somebody get Deuteronomy 7 and 6.
Yeah, only the people on this side.
Did you know the
these
word?
These are our only people. Go ahead.
I ain't want to. The word Indian. That's actually a proverb or a byword, because the word Indian means savage, and our Native Americans are not savages. The real savages are the ones that still running in other people's countries trying to take it over today. Those are the real. The Native Americans was never the savages, because they never went to nobody else's land and took it over. Okay, so who's the real savages?
The real savage. So-called white man is the real savage.
So if I came to you in open arms, open mind, I want to be called an Israelite, Naphtali.
I mean, if you are, you are.
That's how you are, no matter what. How do you know if you are?
Huh?
How do you know if you are?
We get that in Deuteronomy as well.
It goes back to the biblical prophecies of where these people were going to be at in the last days, and we line it up according to Scripture as to who they are and basically what they'll be doing in the latter times. You can find it in Genesis 49 chapter.
Yeah, Genesis 49 chapter.
These are tribes or places?
No, these are the tribes.
The Bible to pin these places down on the map, and then that's what they called them.
Right.
In the future.
Okay.
Right.
Like a prediction.
Right. And the prediction is like in Genesis 49 and Deuteronomy 32. These are the people of those places that were in that part of the world.
Right. Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Now,
The word holy means separate, so therefore, and also it says to be above all people above all the face of the earth. So therefore, where is equality? Where is being equal to the other nations?
Right.
When the Lord chose us to be above all nations.
Right. The Lord chose Israel to be above all the other nations that's on the other side.
Yeah.
So, in other words, he's not worried about the nations on the other side. We ain't all trying to come together. He ain't trying to bring everybody together. That's one of those New World Order things. Everybody love each other, which is bullshit.
Right. Because the
The
Lord
thing
don't
is
love
that, like,
everybody.
Right.
I don't know, the world, the devil fell from heaven, this is his world.
No,
That's another church philosophy.
Yeah.
The devil never fell from heaven.
Right.
As a matter of fact,
They say that here, like so many people, like there's a connection, people do evil because they're brought to like a certain point where they meet him, and it's under his will, all the bad things that are happening.
Well, it goes like this. If you have somebody, the ruler of a land, where is that in Proverbs? Because if you have a ruler of that land, right, and he's wicked and evil, the majority of that land is going to be the same way.
Yeah.
You're going to go by the head of it, because wherever the head goes, the tail will follow.
I read in the Bible, it said, I don't know what verse or anything, it says the devil's greatest trick.
Yeah.
The devil's greatest trick was making everyone to believe that he wasn't
But he's right before us. He's a present-day white man, as the Bible speaks of.
right, because what does the word devil mean? It means to deceive.
It's Diablos, you know what I'm saying? Because, straight up, that's what they do. They deceive us with our tongue, or with their tongues, excuse me.
I mean, people who run the world got a big plan that, we could, if the people only knew, if the people only knew.
But see, that's the thing. A lot of people don't want to know, though, because they're too comfortable in this captivity.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, bro.
29 and 12.
Okay.
Right. Go ahead, read that out.
Also, I just want to say this. Which one of y'all said y'all was from Argentina to Chile?
Yeah, we're both.
Yeah, we're all.
Yeah, let's see. I think it was it's in Genesis the 49th chapter where it was saying that that Naphtali shall inhabit the south and the west. Notice how it's basically Argentina to Chile is in South America and on the western part. But once we find the scripture, we can get deeper into it.
Go ahead, read that.
That's one way to know once we get it.
This is Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is it?
Now, that's the Bible saying the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. The clue that the Lord gave was he covered the faces of the judges thereof. Let me get that out.
What's that World War III supposed to say?
Because World War III is coming.
Yeah.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof. The main judge is the one you know as Jesus Christ. He covered up this face and used that face. And that's why the Bible say, if it's not the so-called white man who did this, where and who is the wicked then?
Yeah.
Not to mention that the judges that fall in behind the Lord is also us. We had our faces covered for a portion of time, but now is the time that we're coming out because it's the end of the day. Right. This is Proverbs 29 and 12. If a ruler hearken to lies, all his servants are wicked. Anybody that has a job or that's established in his kingdom is a servant, right? So that means that the majority of them are wicked. Even 2/3 of our people, Native American, Latino, Black, have to die. Because they're wicked.
A lot of people are brainwashed, man, And it's subliminally, it's through television, through music.
Right. As a matter of fact, when you think of television, what are you saying? Tell-a-vision.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, they call it television programming.
Yeah.
Because it programs you.
It controls you, man. Like, what you see, when you grow up watching as a kid, you see that and you believe it. And
exactly.
It's like...
Exactly. Our elders was bringing something out on a lesson when they was teaching on the street. What they call it, slides. It's called CIA slides. When a person encounters something, they when you watch TV all the time, basically, so basically when you hear something, the response just automatically pops in your head. Oh, Jesus is black. Oh, no, that's not true. Jesus is white, because you've been programmed to think that Jesus is a white guy.
Yeah, ever since from a child to the age that you are.
Right. And then that cuts off all your logical reasoning.
Yeah.
Or what is it? Rational thinking. And basically that's how the television, or that's how America